Well, welcome back. This is a hedge that was planted a few years ago. It's very cold where we are, and obviously I've trimmed a bit of the hedging above it, the trees above it, but I'm going to cut them even more down. So object of this one is, I'm not green fingered and nothing ever grows. We paid to have this Laurel hedging put in, and it's done a brilliant job for a windbreak. And as you go down here, you'll see green. That's the debris netting. I bought that from Screwfix. Now this hedge was doing quite well, but as soon as I put that debris netting up, it actually, there's a couple of degrees of a difference, and there's no chill. You do get wind coming through it, but there's no real cool breeze coming through. You can feel it really, really bad. So what I done was put that up. So I've taken little cuttings of the Laurel hedging, obviously from these ones here, and tried growing them in pots, and they just would never grow for me. I was always having problems, so I took cuttings, and as you can see, I planted them in the soil rather than pots. Put them into containers, put them in a little greenhouse behind a window, done everything, but they wouldn't grow. So what I done was just took some cuttings off the Laurel hedging, as I found on YouTube, people telling you how to make wee cuttings. As you can see, I planted them deep into the ground, and there's even roots higher up. So the object of what I'm doing here now, obviously we've got a lot of sun on this side here, and I have just planted 5 of these ones here. I planted them there last year and was shocked to see the roots on them. So as you can see them down at the bottom there. So what I'm doing is I'm using this big bar. It's a big 4 or 5 pound heavy bar. It's like got a chamfered edge on the end of it, and as I put it into the ground, it's just making room for the wiggle from side to side. It's making room to get the roots in. I'm putting some compost in among this and just planting them. I'm not green fingered, and I'm just hoping these will grow. I've got roots, so I have all this area here, which you can see the green netting. I have a fence on this side which I want to take down, but I want the Laurel hedging to grow up to about the size of where that green netting is, and that's going to give me, I think it's about 5 feet of cover, and then that will obviously keep that real cold wind blowing through. There's trees above it, of course, so the trees I'm trying to top down as well into a moderate height, because everything, when it rains and there's high winds, we get everything's really, really green. So I have some matting down to kill some of the weeds there. There's nothing growing through it. You can see there is at the side. So the intention is to start planting all these now in a bit of sunshine, get them all watered, and hopefully I'll be able to plant more Laurel hedging and see if I can get roots from them as well. I'm going to do the same sort of way, just dipping them into rooting compound, and away we go. So thanks for joining me. I'm away to plant some more Laurel hedging, whatever they call them, little shoots, offcuts. I gotta learn something to doing this, and it's very therapeutic. I've had a stressful time. I have a wee part-time job, and it's challenging at times, right? So this is a good way to forget about everything and just go back to doing something else. Thanks for joining me.